Hi, and welcome to another edition of Joe Musil's Photos, bringing you beautiful photos. I'm out here, it's still winter here in Connecticut, and there's not too many pretty birds or anything like that to take pictures of. So today I'm bringing you this episode inside a graveyard. And what's special about graveyards and for photography is the artwork on the pretty much the tombs and stuff, the obelisks and stuff like that, the artwork and everything. It's a really nice trip down history lane if you know the history of the town and stuff like that. And it's a good way to get to know your town because a lot has happened inside these graveyards. So I'm going to take you through this graveyard. I'm here in Bristol, and we're going to take you through. All right, bye. When you're doing graveyard photography, always respect the area and stuff like that. Try not to knock over any of the stones or anything like that. But take in your surroundings. This is a nice, pretty big cemetery right here. This is old cemetery. There's no one been buried here to probably 1900s or something like that. So there's you see the different limestone headstones and stuff like that. So you can always just taking this picture with the Sony camera, take it, focus, take a picture, and you can see them all. Make sure you get the lettering and stuff like that. The real interesting ones are the brownstone ones. The ones like this, due to weather and stuff like that, they've cracked over the years from icing and stuff. Not a lot of icing this year in Bristol, but you know, there's good. You can search the web on the different kinds of patterns and stuff like that on the tombstones and stuff like that, for the angels with the wings and stuff. The angels giving a frown face on a tombstone, that usually meant you were a crabby person in life. So if you got a tombstone with a angel with a happy face, you were pretty much liked by people. All right. As you can see, this one's hasn't faded too much. I'll zoom in for you. Take a picture of that, of the chalice on top, which looks like a candle. So you can barely make out the writing. Actually, you can make out the writing through the camera a lot better than you can in person. This is, I'm guys saying 1878. Yeah. It's 1807 this person died. This is a captain. So this is pretty cool. Zoom back out. Show you the whole thing, take a picture of it. Nice. This one over here is the brownstone. You can see where the angel is on top and where's it smiling and stuff. I think that's a smile, so this must have been a person with a good person. So as you can see, there's some writing on this. Here lies eternal body of Mrs. Maxey. So yeah, that's pretty cool. As you can read the writing on this one pretty good. Stuff. Take a picture. Zoom in, get it closer for you. this obelisk right here. It's a pretty nice one. This must be in a rich family to have actually afford something like this. So, yep. Wonder if this was a important person. Yeah, this probably was an important person to have a headstone like this. As you can see, this brownstone one is very well preserved. It's very well intact for being 1792 is when this person died. So this gravestone is very old, very legible. You can see it's like an old maid on the person. Take a couple pictures of that. Got my Nikon on me, but my Sony camera is doing pretty good anyways. But this is a pretty cool one to take pictures of. As you can see over here, you got another like angel face with the angels and wings. Pretty much, I think this person has a smile on their face, so they must have been pretty well liked. Snap a couple pictures of that. You read the text. You know, this is the beauty of a cemetery. It takes you back in history and time and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Over here, you can still see they still use that chalice with the like, I think that's a candle. Probably means the cup of Christ or something like that. So there's a Christian cemetery, so yep. Nice beautiful artwork on these. For being as old as they are. There's another one with a smirk on it. Snap a few pictures of that. Always watch where you're going in a cemetery like this. They cram-packed them in here. So try not to disturb the dead too much if you go into a cemetery. But it's a lot of fun. It's a nice beautiful day out here in Bristol, so yeah. Here's the interesting one. It's got I would call that another happy face with a hat on it. There's the angel wings one. That person must have been a pretty memorable person. Actually, you can read the text a lot better through a camera than you can actually through actually standing in front of it. Here's another well-preserved one. That's a pretty good shot. I'll take a picture of that. It's pretty amazing that these have lasted this long and they're this old. 1700s and stuff. 1800s. A pretty sad one right here. This is in memory of two children that died in the same year, 1776. I guess of disease and stuff back then, but one was only 5 years old and one was only 7. This is pretty interesting right here. Take a couple pictures of it. That's a pretty interesting one. Pretty much the same thing over here of two kids. Wonder what happened during this age. That you would bury your two children, one 1-year-old and one 2-year-old, and 3 years apart. As you can see, this one has broken off and stuff, but pretty interesting. As you can see, this one has fallen over, and it's almost in the total of the ground, but it's pretty cool that you can actually still read the text and stuff, even though it fell over. Take a picture of that. Here's another one. I guess this is what you call almost fully in the ground. As you look through the cemetery, you can see all of them are pretty much still, all these gravestones are facing east towards the sun setting, not rising. That would automatically tell you you're in a Christian cemetery. So, yeah. A lot of Revolutionary War guys are here, as the flags indicate. Revolutionary War, Civil War, something like that, or he was in some kind of war. That's why you usually get a flag. See this one over here, even though it's a 17th century one, people have marked this grave up pretty good with a lot of flags and stuff. This must have been a pretty important person. Take a picture of that. Snap some pictures. Yeah. I don't know what the stacking means, if stuff, but yep, it's got to be an important person here. Alright, this has been another edition of the Joe Musil Photos, bringing you beautiful photos. And I was out here for maybe an hour or two, going through the different grave sites and stuff like that, taking some nice pictures of them and stuff like that. So if you ever want to take a trip through history and stuff like that, go to your local cemetery, go to one of your older local cemeteries. They are really outdoor museums and stuff like that. The artwork is pretty awesome, as you could see through the ones that I showed you and stuff like that. There's many more here. There's probably over 400 people, 500 people here easily. So this cemetery is not open. This cemetery is open to the public from dusk to dawn. So this has been Joe Musil's Photos, bringing you beautiful photos, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks, bye.